The backbone of global communications had moved from easily intercepted satellite signals in space to fiber optic cables buried under the ocean. In a busy cafe, he types out an email message. When he presses send, Bamford's message is instantly mixed in with dozens of other messages on the same wireless network. Then routed to a large telecommunications center in the city. There, voice calls are converted from analog to digital signals and streamed as pulses of light through a fiber optic cable that dives into the South China Sea off Malaysia's coast. Along the way, Bamford's message is merged with thousands of phone calls, emails, and faxes in dozens of languages from hundreds of Asian cities. The jumble of data crosses under the Pacific Ocean at the speed of light. Just 0.05 of a second after the message was sent, it comes ashore 6 feet under this lonely stretch of California beach near Morro Bay. There, beneath screeching gulls and surfers in wetsuits, Asian communications stream in. A few miles inland, the message passes through a small, nondescript building near San Luis Obispo.
That's where 80% of all communications from Asia enter the United States.
But under NSA's new orders, they don't tap in here. Instead, the cables run straight from San Luis Obispo to a building in San Francisco. The building at 611 Folsom Street is AT&T's regional switching center. All the international traffic snakes up to the 7th floor, and it is here that a crucial change takes place. The 7th floor is also where AT&T's domestic traffic is routed. In 2003, an AT&T engineer notices that the cables on the 7th floor have been rerouted, and a mirror image of all the traffic, both domestic and international, is now being sent to a secret room 1 floor below.
But what they've done in that facility is, by full light of day, they've cut the fiber optic cables and then reconnected them in a splitter. What they have built is a facility that is capable of monitoring absolutely all data communication through it.
The secret room contains electronic equipment specifically designed for signals intelligence. Equipment programmed to sift through millions of messages, searching for keywords like the ones Bamford sent from Kuala Lumpur.
Based on everything I know, I believe the most curious piece of equipment in that room is a completely flexible monitoring system that can be told on a moment's notice, please monitor all conversation that contains the word hummingbird. Please monitor all conversation that goes to Mobile, Alabama. Please monitor all conversations that contain both the word hummingbird and go to Mobile, Alabama.
NSA has turned its giant ear to listen in on America. Calls and data from the Middle East and North Africa are collected and relayed to a listening post tucked in the hills outside Augusta, Georgia. As a voice interceptor, Adrian Kinney listened to some of those calls. Assigned by the Army to NSA, she was called back to active duty after 9/11.
For a voice interceptor, the computer system would essentially pop up, and it would be very similar, I would say, to iTunes, where you could just go through and click on various conversations, and it would have the phone number, the time up, time down.
Yeah, it's whenever we had a little barbecue.
We were told that we were to listen to all conversations that were intercepted, to include those of Americans and other allied countries.
Some of those conversations are personal, some even intimate. But what does it all mean?
I had a real problem with the fact that people were listening to it and that I was listening to it.
They don't tell you what it means. So there is some work going on to try to marry the power of computers to the power of humans.
Specialized software can help extract important information based on context and meaning.
So the next frontier may be, computer, do you see any unusual associations that I didn't think to ask you about, that I ought to have asked you about, when it relates to a threat against the homeland?
But most experts agree.
We would never collect on an American.
And it could only help mine information in documents, emails, and faxes. When it comes to human conversations, technology is of little help. It still takes people wearing headphones and listening in.